when we became a mother, we wanted to share our happiness, photos, milestones, funny stories, baby updates, and many of our colleagues were usually supportive. But over time, you can learn something important. The workplace is not a family. And some people, yes, celebrate your success, but some people compare themselves to your success. And some people quietly collect information they may later use to form opinions about your commitment, your priorities, and your future. So, how much should your colleagues actually know about your personal life? In the previous video, we were talking about nice bad boss and how to protect yourself from the nice bad boss, and in this video we focus on the colleagues. We will go through the 3 circles framework, jealous topic, workplace reality, and how we deal with oversharing trap. I know that most career advice focus on managers, but colleagues often have a much bigger impact on daily life, not because they have more power, but because they have more access. They see your struggle, your absences, your successes, your family situation, your emotional state. And one thing many mothers discover after returning to work is that not everybody who smiles at you is necessarily rooting for you. That doesn't mean becoming paranoid, it just means becoming selective. So privacy means that you choose what to share, and secrecy means I'm hiding something. These are not the same thing. There is a system about keeping things private that it's called the 3 circles framework, and I think this framework would work beautifully for us. So circle 1 is public information, and those are the information that are safe to share. Examples are baby's age, funny stories, family vacation, birthday celebration. It's just like normal social conversation. No problem to share any of those things. Then we go to circle 2. Those are the selective information. Share with trust colleagues only. Here the examples may be fertility struggles, marriage challenges, postpartum depression, financial stress, family conflicts. These require trust, and not everyone deserves access. So over time, when you work with some people for a few years, you somehow see who is a good person. I can tell you, when I realized that I had burnout, I went to work and I asked one colleague if we could have a small chat. And she said yes. We went in some small office, and as soon as I closed the door, I started to cry. And I told her everything. I told her how much this is too much for me, with work, with baby and older child and my husband, and not having support from the family because we are the expats. So I just cried and I told her how difficult life is. We ended up crying together because she also shared some of her stories. She became mother just a few months before me, so she was going through exactly the same thing as myself, and I knew that it's safe to share my struggle with her, and I knew that she will not go to talk about it to anyone else. And she actually gave me so good advice to try to get a psychologist and to try to talk to someone who is listening about those problems every day and who knows exactly what is the SOP, what is the work instruction, and what are the steps there, what you can go through it to make yourself feel better. So yes, I know that how it sounds that to share with your colleagues, and that we often hear in a social media, colleagues are not your friends, colleagues are not your family. Yes, okay, they are not, but there is a but between all those people you can find someone worthy, someone whom you can trust, someone whom you can open up and cry. And we go to the circle 3, that is strategic information. Keep private unless necessary. What are the examples here? It can be long-term career plans, your job application, your family planning decisions, your future pregnancies. No, you don't really have to share these kind of things. Keep those private. Yeah? This information can influence how others see your reliability and future availability. Many mothers naturally explain things. Instead of saying, I need to leave at 4 p.m., they say, the baby was awake all night and daycare called, my husband is traveling, and my mother-in-law cancelled. Your colleagues received the information, context, and what is actually happening in your family. And the result is still, I need to leave at 4. So sometimes less explanation is more professional. Try to think like this. Give people the information they need, not the entire story. Just, I have to leave at 4. What about people who are jealous? Most people aren't jealous of your life. They are jealous of the part of your life that they don't have. Someone may have more money, more status, more freedom, yet still feel sadness about family, children, relationships, and milestones. Your success, even your baby's success, can be a pain in the eyes of your colleagues. Not everyone likes to see you happy. See this, if you announce your pregnancy, most people are happy, and one colleague becomes distant. It may not be jealousy, it may be infertility. And you don't know if that person will keep this as a painful moment and once in the future not consciously sabotage you, but not support you, for example, in some of your next projects. If you talk constantly about your children, a colleague who desperately wants children may struggle emotionally. And again, maybe consciously they will not sabotage you sometime in future, but they will not help you when you need help. If you discuss your supportive partner, someone who is going through a divorce may hear that very differently. Think about that. Think about that. Your happiness can hurt a lot of people. And we don't say that those are bad people. No. Just maybe some people are not so happy about those things when they hear them. The workplace is a collection of people with invisible stories. You don't know who is grieving, who is lonely, who is struggling with infertility, who is going through breakup, who is caring for elderly parents. And this isn't reason to stop sharing. No, it is a reason to share thoughtfully. Okay? Let's see what high performance authors do. One interesting observation is that many senior leaders are actually quite private, not because they're cold, but because they understand personal information is a resource. They share intentionally and not automatically. And many mothers return from maternity leave after months of being immersed in family life. Naturally, that's what they talk about. And the risk is your professional identity can become reduced to the mom instead of engineer, scientist, manager, strategist, executive, and mother. So, see, this is the difference. So, one practical advice here and a good rule is to share joy but protect vulnerability. Example here that is good to share birthday photos, vacation stories, and funny toddler moments. I have them a lot. Potty training, for example. But be more selective about issues with your husband, your financial stress, childcare crisis, mental health struggles. Not because these topics are shameful, no, but because they deserve trusted listeners. Not everyone who is friendly has earned front row access to your life. One of the lessons motherhood will teach you is not about parenting. It is about people. It will teach you that sharing and connecting are important, but so are boundaries. Not because the world is full of bad people. Most people are good, and most people mean well, but your personal life is valuable, and your family story is valuable, and you get to decide who has access to it. Because maturity isn't learning how to tell everyone everything. It is learning what deserves protection. So there is another thing that deserves protection, your protection. This is your breaks. More about the breaks will be in the next video. Small breaks and also big breaks like vacation holidays. We will talk about that, why it's important to take a break and how to protect them. This will be the last video in the series. It's a nice, happy, positive. Finally, after so many dark topics, we will have something nice to conclude this whole series. So see you there.